Hi there, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Tony Martinez, and I am the CEO and founder of a company called TKO Financial Network. And I want to talk to you today about a strategy that we know as RBM, Reverse Banking Method. If you're watching this video, it's because advanced markets is something that intrigues you. Generating wealth for yourself in the future, for your family in the future, is something that intrigues you. And so I want to talk a little bit about that today and talk about some concepts behind me that I have written here that become very attractive to somebody's portfolio, right? Now, if you do some research on the web, you're going to want to look for something called the Rockefeller waterfall method. That's probably the most commonly known name in regards to this strategy. Why? Because it was the Rockefeller family that really took advantage of this strategy and has the most recognition for it. Now, I've been in this industry now for 20 years, and for the majority of my 20 years in the financial services sector, I have focused on wealth management. I've focused on wealth accumulation. I've focused on working with the hyper wealthy with some of the strategies that, quite frankly, I almost wished earlier on I would have brought down to the middle American market because, quite frankly, they are absolutely phenomenal. But if you take a look at some of these concepts over here, I want you to answer yourself if they intrigue you and say to you and give you enough curiosity to say, man, I need to add this to my portfolio, right? Dual purpose of funds. What if your money could work in two places at the exact same time? What if your money was earning interest in both places at the exact same time? Right? Would that be of interest to you? Right? Other people's money. What if you could do this using other people's money? The acronym for this right now is known as OPM strategies. You hear about that all the time. OPMs, 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 right? The reason we call this reverse banking method is because it's exactly what the banks do to us. We deposit money into checking accounts and savings accounts and money market accounts, and they take that money and they create leverage from it by lending it to the very same communities, to sometimes to back to us in credit cards and mortgages and auto loans and so on and so forth. And they're generating an interest using our money to do it. We feel nice, warm, and fuzzy because we have online banking. We feel nice, warm, and fuzzy because we have a debit card. The debit card psychologically makes us feel like the money is in our pocket. The online banking lets us look at a digital number that matches what we deposited. For some reason or another, we feel like the money's in our hands. The reality is that money's being used on their behalf for their benefit as an OPM strategy. We call this the reverse banking method because what we're doing is essentially flipping the script. What if we could put you, the consumer, the client, in a position where you're able to leverage other people's money, banking institution money, insurance money, to generate a return for yourself, right? Returns in the 15 to 20% range. You see a lot of people nowadays in the middle American market get excited over 6, 7, and 8%, right? 9%. The reality is the wealth of America doesn't get excited about that. They get excited about 15 to 20% because that's a very realistic type of a return that they can make without market risk in a much more fixed environment if you learn how to leverage all these strategies. And then the last is obviously tax advantages. How is the wealth of American paying so little in taxes? Sometimes none whatsoever. It's because they take advantage of some tax strategies that are available to them that, quite frankly, the middle Americans don't have a firm grasp on how this works. And so this strategy that we use called reverse banking method takes all four of these concepts, puts it into one, giving our clients an opportunity to really see light at the end of the tunnel, really see the horizon. And so if you're someone that, number one, says to yourself, hey, I have a chunk of change of money. I got this money, it's 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, whether it's inside of qualified assets or non-qualified assets, whether it's in a checking account, a savings account, a 401k, or an IRA. And I'd like to see what this money could do if I put it into this type of a strategy. Number one, there's your first checklist where you have a qualification. Number two, can you give yourself a 10-year time horizon? Can you allow this money to grow for at minimum 10 years? Obviously, the longer, the better, but minimum 10 years. What does that mean? That means this is not a get rich quick type of a product. This is a product that you're saying to yourself, hey, I am 42 years of age. I want to see what this could do by 52 to 55, right? If you could give yourself that type of a time horizon. Number three, are you currently working and generating an income? Because there is a level of suitability and compliance that we got to make sure we can get you approved for in order to participate in the strategy. And number four, can you qualify for a certain level of insurance? Because one of the other benefits to this is a legacy plan, right? The reason they call this from a marketing standpoint, the Rockefeller waterfall method is because what they did is they leverage a certain amount of life insurance inside of this entire strategy and they use the life insurance proceeds to pay off the leveraged dollars that they used, the other people's money. They used that insurance policy to do that, and then they left a larger lump sum for the next family and created a waterfall because they taught the next generation how to leverage this strategy. And so the money that the next generation inherited was what was used for them to begin their own RBM strategy or Rockefeller waterfall method. And so the fourth qualification is, do you have the insurability to qualify for a certain type of insurance? Now, here's something I don't want you to get confused with. You're hearing a lot of noise right now about IBC, infinite banking, infinite banking, infinite banking. This is not infinite banking. If I was to define this, this is infinite banking on steroids. On steroids. This is also not just an insurance vehicle. Insurance is part of the strategy, but it's only a piece of the puzzle. This is a very holistic plan where anyone in the middle American market that says to themselves, hey, I've got $30,000, $40,000 put away. I've got a 10-year time horizon. I'm currently working and generating an income, and I can qualify for insurance. And you're watching this video, you should say to yourself, man, I want to talk to someone inside of the reverse banking method division. I want to talk to an RBM consultant. And so the way you do that is you shoot us a message. You can shoot us a message at 239-784-1118. Preferably a text message, to be honest with you, because we get thousands and thousands of calls all day. I'll even give you an email address that you can go ahead and email. But however, I will tell you, if you shoot the email, do us a favor and shoot the text message as well too, because the emails are nonstop. The email that you want to send to is called illustrations@reversebankingmethod.com. illustrations@reversebankingmethod.com. Phone number again is 239-784-1118. If these strategies are strategies you're interested in, if you're ready to make a change and see a light at the end of the tunnel where you can actually see yourself in a place where when retirement hits, you can generate a lifetime stream of income that's tax advantage, otherwise known as tax free, right? And you meet those four qualifications. And do me a favor, please hit us up, send us a message. We'd love to chat with you. We'd love to communicate with you. And if this is being watched right now on some type of a social media platform and there's a form to fill out, do me a favor, fill out that form. Let one of our consultants reach out to you, have a free consultation, explain to you how this strategy works. Have a great one and be blessed.